Welcome back. Welcome back. We got a new episode today. Unfortunately, we ain't got our third stringer here, but it's just us. We go my guy July. Yo, that's crazy how our third guy not here. We got E Hole in the back, and of course me. I'm the host, Kevin. So the Lakers just won, 108 to 119. Since that's the game that just good shooting. LeBron James 30 points, 14 from 23 from the field. We got four guys in double figures. 30 from Braun, Davis with 25, Reeves with 21, Russell with 21. Do you think the Lakers can come back from a now a 3-1 deficit since it was 0-3 at first?
Listen, I think talent-wise, Lakers, I think talent-wise has a better team. There's nobody on that Nuggets team that can stop AD. LeBron is gonna LeBron. But the X factor for the Lakers is D'Lo. They're gonna go as far as D'Lo can give them. If D'Lo only gives them 0 to 10 points, it's just not enough. It's just not enough. So D'Lo going off for over 20, they win by more than 10. That's what did it. They gotta keep that pressure, keep that scoring. Stop. They gotta keep that pressure on them. And D'Lo is that guy. They need a fourth scorer. That's what it is. Austin Reeves, like you said, he's not that playmaker. That's exactly what you need. You don't need another playmaker other than LeBron. So Austin Reeves is going to shoot that ball. But D'Lo got to be aggressive. D'Lo got to be out there just shooting it and going off like he did today. So if they can keep on for the next 3 games, which is going to be hard because they got to still get 2 in Denver, who knows? It could happen. Do I think D'Lo can continue? That is the question. That's the hard question for me.
I think, and I'm looking at it right now. So it's funny, right? The Lakers got four guys in double figures. LeBron leading the way with 30 points. Of course, the other three guys is plus 20. But Denver had four guys in double figures, with Jokic leading the way with 33. Porter had 27. Caldwell had 14. See, that was right there. Murray had 22, but the issue is Gordon with 7 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. He played over 40. He played 41 minutes. So he really didn't have a good game. And the Nuggets ain't get shit from their bench. What, 5 points from the bench? So they ain't even do shit today. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think they just worried about going home. They probably like, yo, we got them at home. They took forever to make a comeback, but it was too late for that shit, man. So it's
No, that bench. I don't like Denver's bench. I don't see anybody out of that bench that can do any work.
So you saying Reggie Jackson can't put in no work? He played. He
I
played.
mean, Reggie Jackson is a poor man's D'Lo right now. You just hoping that he'll go off, but I mean, listen, Reggie Jackson could. I mean, what he do for the Clippers?
I mean, this is an old. I mean, what you mean? What he do for the Clippers? Whoa, whoa,
What
whoa,
he do
whoa,
for the
whoa,
Clippers? What he
whoa,
do for the
whoa, whoa,
Clippers?
whoa, 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 whoa. You don't remember a couple of years back when he was with the Clippers? No Paul George, no Kawhi, and he was putting in some. You forgot?
Whatever he did with the Clippers, he ain't doing it
Matter
for
of
the
fact, the
Lakers.
year that the
Matter of fact,
Phoenix, remember the year that the Phoenix Suns went to the finals? He had a big game against Phoenix. He had some big games against.
it's one or two games even there, but
I don't want to. He had a good series. He had a good for his time. I mean, yo, Reggie is old, man. He was part of that OKC team coming off the bench with James Harden. You know what I'm saying? So come on now, like he's been there. He's done that. He's been the one
no,
NBA.
these old teams ain't cutting it no more. Like you said, these old teams are out of here. These old teams, you can't just stack up your squad with just old players.
But Denver is not old though.
Denver is not old, but your bench is shitty. It doesn't matter. And if you're relying on Reggie Jackson to give you something off the bench, that ain't him.
Jokic is not an old guy. Caldwell Pope not an old guy. Murray is not old. Gordon is not old. Porter is not old.
Porter's not old.
The two oldest guy on this team is DeAndre Jordan and Reggie Jackson. P Watson, he's a young dude, man. Like this dude Braun, he's a young dude, man. So like,
but just look at their stats. Look at the bench stats. The bench is just disgusting. Ain't nothing coming out of that bench.
That's why I felt like if Bruce Brown was still on his team, the Lakers would have probably got swept. Like it'd have been over. But he's on Toronto now, so he took the money instead of
get that bread. You got the ring, get the bread now. Fuck it.
Get the bread now. You're right. Get the bread. I mean, look, Watson played 13 minutes and he only came down with 2 points. Holiday, just Drew Holiday's brother, he only played 5 minutes. He only had 3 points. I mean, it ain't get no bench production.
You know what? Justin Holiday is a good player. I remember
the Lakers bench scored. So the Lakers bench is 13-5. Like they +7. You know what I'm saying? I mean, matter of fact, nah. Yeah, they plus. I mean, come on, man. It's looking. Matter of fact, not even 7. They +8, but still, like, it's. The Lakers had. I mean, Davis had 25 points and 23 rebounds. He had a monster game with 6 assists, 1 block. Yeah, he had a monster game, but Jokic did better with 33, 14, and 14. So it seems like
triple. That's a quiet triple-double. You don't even know what's happening.
Yeah, it seems like when he do something, Jokic just do better, man. It's just like, come on, man. Like he can't even get a break. So let's move on to the other games that played today. So we had like 4 games on today. What you think about Orlando tying the series?
It's another home win. Cleveland is just not good on the road. Mitchell didn't really do much.
He had 18.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't have that from your star shooting guard. He's the one that got to carry that team.
Him and Garland, they had 18. Garland had 14.
This is the second straight game where they're just not shooting the ball at all, and they've been blown out twice already. Twice, and both games at Cleveland has been fairly close. It wasn't a blowout, so that to me is a little troublesome for me. I feel like Orlando has found it. Their gear. That boy Franz Wagner, he's playing his ass off. He's playing better than Bachero right now. He's playing his ass off right now. And I don't know. This Orlando team got a lot of fucking bravado, bro. They're getting in your face. You know what I mean? They like it. I think they found out their identity in this playoffs right now. And shit, this can go to 7. It really can.
Yeah,
Orlando.
But Orlando's bench. I mean, you had Markelle Fultz had 12 points. Mo Wagner had 7. Isaac had 14. Anthony had 3. Ingles had 2. Black had 2.
That's a deep bench.
Okiki had 3. So they did better than Cleveland bench ain't do shit. Cleveland bench 5 points from Levert. Okoro, he played 21 minutes and he had cardio because he ain't scored nothing. Niang only had 2. Tristan had 4. That's probably was on garbage time. And the Morris twins, he only had 4 points. That's probably was at garbage time too. So I mean, they ain't do shit.
I mean, listen, Niang is a better player than that. He is a better player than that.
Should not be your leading scorer with 21 points.
At all. He should not. Like, come on, what are we doing? 21 points. And where's Mobley? What's Mobley doing out there? Mobley
Well,
was dominant the first two games.
Mobley had 14, 9 and 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks.
All right, he was around. But
He was around. I mean, he did. It seems like the big men did what they were supposed to do, and the guards ain't do shit. So, I mean, you know what? Like I was saying before, like I was telling, the crew and all that. Like we seeing the shift now. We seeing the fucking shift, and a lot of people. We gotta start choosing our new guys. Who our new guys are? We gotta start choosing these new guys, these new kids, because these new kids, they the shit right now. You see what's going down with KD? They down 0-3. These kids is balling, son. So it's like
that boy Ant-Man is a different beast. He's really turned it up in these playoffs. He's really turned it up in these playoffs.
So we gonna move to the next game. Of course, we got OKC. They up 3-0 in this series, man.
Get the broom. That OKC is deep, young, athletic. They can shoot the ball. That kid Williams is a beast. You know what I'm saying? You got Chet. I love Chet game, man. He's only growing. And he's 7-1 with that shooting touch. Great defensive game. I like OKC. I really do. Right now they're going against, an okay team. You know what I mean? Pelicans are without Zion, so it's gonna be a walk in the park for them. BI can only do so much, but he ain't clipping 30 points. He ain't bringing that team on his back. That's not him. You know what I'm saying? So they just don't have enough against that team. OKC is just too much.
Yeah, no Zion. Yeah,
no Zion.
Real bad. It's looking real bad. And BI is hurt, man. Like he not 100%. I mean, Lou Dort 12 points. Williams 21 points. Holmgren had a bad game. He only had 6, and he played over 30. He played 33 minutes. I mean, look, Giddey 21 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. That's a good 1 steal. That's a good game for him. He the worst shooter on the squad. SGA 24 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, and 4 steals with 1 block. So he had a good game. But then when you look on you look on the Pelicans. I mean, look, Ingram played 36 minutes. He had 19 points. Trey Murphy, man, he's gaining my respect. He's balling, but he played more minutes than Ingram. He had 10 points. He literally played more minutes than Ingram had. Valanciunas only played 12 minutes. He had 7 points. He's supposed to be this big offensive rebounding guy. He only had 4 rebounds. Herb Jones, 15 points. McCollum, 16 points. What they bench do? Okay, so Marshall only had 5. Lance Jr. had 9. He had 13 boards. Alvarado played 10 minutes. He was out there just having cardio. He only had 1 steal, so he was a thief once in a game. And then nobody else did anything. Daniels only had 4. So no Zion. Nah, it's looking real bad, man. It's looking real bad for that team. Get them out of here, because I don't even want to see that series.
I don't know how they got into the playoffs, man. They need to just go.
The Kings blew that. And the Kings had issues too. So it was looking real bad for them. So let's move on to the next.
Kings got to step up defensively. They get if they get a 3-and-D guy, I think they can go further than what they did this year.
So we move on to the next game real quick, because we just running down through the games and stuff, and then we go talk about why these teams is up in this series and stuff, especially the one game I want to talk about is that Minnesota and the Sun series. Man, it's just looking real bad for them. But anyway, we'll talk about Boston. So Boston, they won by 20, 104-84 today. You know what I mean? So what you think about that series? And is it over for Miami? Was it a fluke for them in that 1 win?
It was a fluke. Again, you're not gonna have a whole team shooting 23 threes. That's an anomaly. If that happens, you're gonna
Yeah,
lose that game.
yeah,
You might
yeah,
as well just give it to them.
yeah.
They could not miss from that 3-point line.
Right.
This game they were ass. There was nothing they could do. It's just Boston just has too much firepower. The Heat ain't got enough. You can see it throughout the whole season. Even with the Heat, they just can't score that much points. Jimmy Butler is never on the damn court. He's
I
your heart
mean,
and soul of that team, but he just cannot be on the court. He just can't. At
I
his
mean,
age, his mileage, the way he plays, his motor. I mean, he's your all-around guy. He does everything for you. But without him there, that just Spoelstra
yeah,
is one of the best coaches, but if you ain't got
yeah.
that much firepower,
No
what else can
Rozier,
you do?
no Richardson, no
Mm-mm.
Butler. Um, you had Wright. Wright had a personal situation, so he was out. So it's like, you don't. It's what's going on over there. Kevin Love played 3 minutes, but I mean, what can you do in 3 minutes? He ain't score. Duncan
Mm-mm.
Robinson, how many minutes he played? Duncan played 7 minutes because he can't play defense, and he's back on the coach's bench a lot. He didn't do nothing. He didn't score. Tyler Hero, what did he do? Played 32 minutes. He only had 2 assists, but had 15. So he went from 14 assists the other night to 2 assists this night. I mean, Caleb Martin, what do you have? 5 points. He played 37 minutes. So Bam had leading scorer with 20. Jovic had 15. And Triple J had 12. I mean, they had a bad game. But then when you look on the Boston side, I mean, you had Brown with 22, Tatum with 22, of course. Porzingis with 18, White with 16, Holiday, he's just out there playing defense. You have Pritchard, he had 7, Al Horford with 9 off the bench. Luke Cornett, wow, he got in the game. He had 2 points. Hauser, 5 points. I mean, they brought over Tillman from the Memphis Grizzlies, and he ain't even played. I don't even think he played not one game in this summer. So I think it's just over for that, man. Let's move
It's
on.
over. Boston got
Oh,
it's great defense, good offense. You just can't compete with that, especially the Heat. The Heat just can't compete with that.
now I think if they had Jimmy Butler, it'd have been a different story with that one. So I guess that covered all the game this year. Of course, we talked about the Lakers. So now we're gonna talk about these past games and what you think is gonna happen in the future. So we got games that's coming on. Let me see. Tomorrow. So we got 4 games on tomorrow. So we got the Knicks and Sixers. What you think your Knicks is going to do? 1 o'clock game, ABC. Or what you think should happen?
That game 3 was just disgusting to watch. I mean, Embiid was just setting the tone, being very aggressive, a little bit too aggressive.
Right.
Luckily, he didn't get kicked out the game that first quarter. But we know
Right.
why he didn't get kicked out. You're not going to kick out an MVP caliber star in the first damn quarter.
Right.
But that man was a maniac. He did score 50, but man, did he try to just hit every single nick that came around him. I mean, kicking. My man was Draymond Green out there times 2. My man was
So
Super Saiyan Green.
not to cut you off right there, right? Did you think he should have gotten that flagrant foul too?
Oh, definitely. I mean, we just saw one of the games. Who was it? I can't remember who was it, but it was against he got slapped across his face going up for a layup. They gave that player flagrant 2 foul and got kicked out
Oh,
the
you
game.
talking about Westbrook when against the Mavs
Was it
when
that game?
Green went for the dunk and Westbrook was going for the ball, but he smacked it. But they gave Westbrook a flagrant one
It
for
was
smacking.
another nah, it was another team. I can't
Oh, okay.
remember who it was. Maybe it was the Pelicans game, I think it was. I can't remember what, but it just happened. So us NBA fans, us Knicks fans, when we see shit like that, And then you look at what Embiid did holding that man's ankle.
Right.
That I mean, there's no explanation. He should have been kicked out for that. He just
He should.
should have.
I
He
think
should have.
so.
But
I agree with that.
the one thing I did take
You
out of
don't
that
put no
Nick
guy
team,
down with his legs and shit while he in the air. You don't do that.
the one thing I took out of that game was Jalen Brunson is back. He did score over 30. They couldn't stop him. He got to his points. He got to his place. He made his threes. He did his assists. The only thing that came trouble was just how aggressive Embiid was and the rest of that team was. So
Man, he scored 50.
do I think it's gonna happen again in game 4 where Embiid score another 50 so they can win the game? I don't know. I doubt it. But I think this gives more ammo to the Knicks. I think they're gonna come out more aggressive. They're gonna come out on fire, and they might steal this game. Although I say might just because there's nobody in the Knicks team that can stop Embiid. There's nobody in the Knicks team that can stop Maxey at all.
Right.
I've seen Maxey run from half court all the way down to make a layup. He's just too fucking fast. They can't stop that man. So I still think Knicks in 6. I won't be surprised if it goes to 7, but I still picking the Knicks to win this series.
I'm
Our
picking the
bench,
Knicks.
the bench is too deep. We still got bigs to go up against Embiid. I think Embiid showed how easily frustrated he can get. And that's probably what they're gonna be their game plan is. Get that man very frustrated to mess up. And we'll see how it goes.
So I think the Knicks will win this series. I think they should win the next game and just close them out. Win this shit in 5. Don't play around with this team. Get them up out of here. Because the more you keep giving Embiid more confidence, first of all, he already said it when they lost game 2 that they're the better team. They will win the series. No, you got to shut his ass up. Get his ass up out of here, right? Because you most likely you will be facing the Pacers in the next round. And the Knicks has shown they can run with the Pacers. They just play way better defense than them. And they can beat them. So that's what should be happening right there. I thought too that Embiid should have gotten that flagrant 2. He should have been up out of there because you don't do that. That's dirty as shit. Now, I was watching Mark Jackson, and his son. They had this new show called Night Mode, and I was watching his joint today. And he said something that was interesting, that both teams is having problems guarding the high pick and roll. So if Maxey and Embiid runs the high pick and roll, the Knicks is not guarding it well. But if the Knicks run the same shit, the Sixers they're not doing well with that either. So it's like both teams need to figure out like how to guard that. And then, but I think the Knicks should just win this shit in 5 and get this shit over with, man. Don't even give them no life.
Let me ask you a question. Now, if Randall was healthy and he was here starting, what do you think the outcome would be?
I still think it's 5 games. But I just feel now I don't want, because the more you keep giving a team life, anything can happen. Somebody can get hurt. The Knicks is already hobbled already. They already got a guy who's hobbling. He just came back from ankle injury. He's hobbling. You get rid of them super fast, then you can have a little bit more rest and stuff like that. But, you start playing around. Now you go get this man confidence because he thinking like, I scored 50 on a bum knee. He thinking that, if I could do this on a bum knee, I could really bust your ass if I was 100%, which is true. But now you giving him confidence. You got Maxey out here. He just running all over the place. Then you go give Tobias Harris all his confidence, think, I really could score. And then Kyle Lowry go think, I don't feel old. He go found I'm the real Villanova guy. You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to have Batum thinking, I could do that same shit I did in that Miami Heat playing game. No. Get rid of them. Get them up out of here. Win this shit in 5 and close the deal. Just don't play around. The Knicks has a history of playing around, doing all this stuff. Too many bad shit has been happening to the Knicks for years. Look, I'm a New Yorker. I have never saw the Knicks win. But if the Knicks do good, I'm happy. I'm proud. I'm clapping. I wish the Knicks could win a championship because basketball is my favorite sport. I didn't see the Yankees win. I didn't see the fucking Giants win. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see the Rangers win. And those are my teams. Okay?
Rangers might win this shit again.
I'm not a Mets fan, but the Mets won when I was 2 years old. I've never saw the Mets win, but I've seen them get to the World Series against my Yankees. You know what I'm saying? But still, basketball is my number one sport, and I would rather it would be so good. Matter of fact, I've seen the New York Liberties go to the finals so many times in the WNBA. When the WNBA first came out, they went to probably like 2 of those finals against the Comets. The Comets had an all-star team, Cheryl Swoops. Shout outs to her. On Arena Show, Tina Thompson, and of course the great Cynthia Cooper. So it's like, yo, and then last year against the Ace, they couldn't win. So it's like, come on, man. Like, listen, if the Knicks win, the NBA looks better, and then this town will go super crazy, like if the Knicks win. But it's a long way, man. But the Knicks doing good things though. They're not playing around. They got draft picks. They can play around with it and all that. So it's looking good.
We'll see. One of those teams got to blow it up.
Yeah, I know. The second game that's coming on, we got Luka versus the Clippers once again.
Wow.
Luka is killing these boys.
Wow.
Reaching over 30 against these dudes, but now he has his Robin. He has help. He has Kyrie and Gafford. Did you see Gafford with that block yesterday? Oh my gosh. Paul George thought he had a dunk, and that block was crazy.
Wow. That shit reminds me of the Roy Hibbert blocking Carmelo Anthony. That changed the whole series. Yeah.
But look, Kawhi Leonard, it's just like the same shit every fucking year. He's never healthy in the playoffs. Never healthy in the playoffs. So it's just like, then James Harden is James Harden, and I don't know what was going on with Russell Westbrook. He was just so emotional. He wanted to fight the whole squad yesterday. So
I think he was trying to fire up his team, but Kawhi, I think he's just one of those players that I think he's just playing basketball as a job at this point. Whereas I don't think he's motivated enough to do more than what he has to. If he doesn't feel like his knee is a go, he ain't gonna go. He showed that with the Spurs. Not to say that his injury wasn't serious when he was with the Spurs.
He wanted to leave the Spurs. That's probably why he was doing.
You know what I'm saying?
But,
so I mean, look at when he was with Toronto. Most of those games in the regular season, he was sitting out. He didn't come on until the playoffs.
It didn't matter. They won the chip. I mean, thanks to Kevin Durant.
They did do that.
Thanks to Kevin Durant falling, and then Klay Thompson had an ACL torn after going up for that dunk, and he coming down on that knee.
But where's the motivation for Kawhi to come back? I mean, poor Paul George. He's trying to do everything, but he just can't turn it on. He just can't.
So let me ask you this. You think they should break that team up?
Ah, man. I don't think so. I think they have the players. They might need a more defensive presence. Kawhi just can't do it all. Neither can Paul George. And mind you, those two are great defensively. Right. Plus Westbrook coming off the bench. Maybe Harden is really the problem. He is a great playmaker, but his shots are not there anymore. This ain't Houston, you know. This ain't Houston Harden cooking, shooting.
But he can't. How can he be Houston Harden when you got 4 other guys, 3 other Hall of Famers on that squad?
Bowling. That shit work.
I mean, all right. So let me give you the rundown of that last game that they played. So they lost 101-90 Mavs, right? I'm looking at. Come on, Westbrook played almost 20 minutes, 1 point. He had a half a bucket. 1. Come on, bro. That's he had The man had triple singles across the board. Look, 1 point, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. I mean, the 2 blocks is impressive, but one, come on, man. Come on, man. Norman Powell had 21 points, so he did what he was supposed to do.
Right, right.
I mean, let me see. Harden had 21 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Well, 2 steals is pretty decent. I mean, Trey Man, you played 22 minutes. You had 2 points. The fuck is that?
I mean, Trey Man is one of those players that I don't know what's wrong with that man. That man was on fire for in the summer league, but once that regular season come around, there's nowhere to be found.
Now, here's the problem I'm having. Stop calling yourself playoff P if you're scoring 7 points and you played over 30 minutes. Stop calling. You're not playoff P. You're not playoff P. 7 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. What the fuck is that? What is that?
It's like you said. These older teams are getting the hell out of here.
They getting the hell out of here because these young niggas they getting tired of them.
Yeah, I mean,
young niggas are tired of these niggas. Yo, I want to say this, right? So I'm a little older than you, right? So I started watching basketball in 91. And I remember on the Green Team was what, 1992, right? And I remember Jordan telling Magic Johnson. No, Bird told Magic that. No, so all right. So I'm gonna just say it like this, verbatim, right? Jordan told Magic and Bird there's a new sheriff in town when they was taking the picture. He told them 2 old dudes, yo, there's a new sheriff in town. Bird told Magic, yeah, I think it's time for us to move along because we done held down the 80s. And I think it's time for us to move along because Jordan is in the way. Magic ain't want to hear that shit. And then you know what ended up happening? Jordan won his first championship off of Magic. And then Magic just had to concede and say, you know what? He is the new guy in town. And then what happened? And then what happened when the 2000s came around, right? It was Kobe Bryant. It was Shaq. It was who else? Who else was on the top at that time? It was Tim Duncan. You know, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and them dudes because they just came around in so they was the you had Allen Iverson. These were the new guys on the block, and they was telling you old heads that came on from the 90s. They told Barkley, Stockton, Malone, yo, y'all dudes is done. It's time. Because I remember in one of those playoff series, the Sacramento Kings with Jason Williams and them, they got rid of Utah. Yo, you old heads is up out of here. It's time for a new guy. It's the same thing with Allen Iverson. Reggie Miller kept beating him up in the playoffs. And then when 2001 came around, Allen Iverson said, yo, I had enough. You're an old head. Yo, you got to go. Get up out of here. So he got him out there, got him out in the first round. End up playing his guy that he got drafted in the same year with in the Milwaukee Bucks, Ray Allen. And then, of course, he played Vince Carter. See, these were the new guys on the block. It's the same thing with Vince Carter. I remember the year when they beat the Knicks. Because remember, the Knicks beat them the first year was in 2000. So Carter came back in 2001 and beat them. It was like, yo, y'all niggas is old. Spree, Allen, Patrick. What's Patrick? Marcus Camby? No, y'all dudes is done. Larry Johnson, Grandmama. Yo, y'all dudes is done. Then we get to the 2010s, right? So LeBron James came in. He was like a tweener. So he came in like an 03. But then LeBron James owned the 2010s. So he's telling Kobe Bryant, yo, Kobe, Tim Duncan, that dude's just old, man. So you had Braun, Melo, you had Wade. These niggas is like, yo,
What about the OKC team with KD?
Oh,
Harden,
yeah. Dumb niggas.
Westbrook, them niggas don't. Yeah, they beat the Spurs out.
They beat the Spurs, and then you had young. Remember a young nice Clipper core. Remember They bounced the Spurs out of a
Griffin,
playoff.
DeAndre Jordan, and all them. Yeah,
And
that's
then
a
what ended up happening? The Steph Curry crew started coming in, right? So they draft Steph Curry. You know, he had the ankle problem. Then they draft Draymond Green. Then they brought in Klay Thompson. And then now it's their time towards the end of the 2010s. Now we in the 2020s. These new dudes, we got Anthony Edwards, they got the Suns down 3-0. Okay? You got a young Nugget. The Nuggets team is a young team, even though Murray and Jokic's been around for a while. You know what I'm saying? But they got the Lakers down 3-1. LeBron, this king. No, it's move over. That Serbian king is trying to come over now. He's trying to make a statement. Giannis winning this chip. He young. You know what I'm saying? So, these young, man, the Pacers got them dudes down. Look, they so old, they burnt out. They over there getting injured. Achilles is starting to fucking, they get some icy hot. They rubbing themselves down. So it's looking real crazy.
Like you say, even the Lakers talking about they getting gassed out on defense alone. Come on, son.
The first half. That's what LeBron said. That's what LeBron said.
Man.
LeBron said, yo, we're spending so much energy on defense in the first half. By the time the second half come around, we're spent. We're burned out. We can't do that. Nah, man. Can't do that. So now, so we gonna talk. So what you think about? You spoke about that Pacers and Bucks, right? You said something about that Pacers and Bucks.
No, we went Knicks, and then the second team was the Mavs.
All right. So yeah, let me go back to the
that series. Matter of fact, let's answer that question. Who you got winning that series? Then?
Well, that is the team. Listen, you got no. It don't even matter if they had Giannis or Dame. The Pacers was beating up on these dudes in this regular season. They were just running these dudes out of the gym. The only game that the Bucks beat the Pacers during the regular season is when Giannis scored the 64 points and was running around the gym asking for his 64-point ball. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because I had the actual footage of what was happening in the back. Miles Turner was telling them, don't give him the ball. He's not getting that ball back. And I don't think he ever got that ball back. But I just think it's Middleton was looking like the Middleton that we saw when they won the chip in that last game when he hit 2 3-point shots to bring them to double overtime. But they couldn't go to Damian Lillard because he has a strained Achilles. That's not nothing to play with. So if he comes back out, he can end up popping that Achilles, and then this dude comes back and said, "No, I want to play. So now you can potentially having 2 of your lead stars have popped Achilles, and they will be going for the rest of the season of next year, and possibly the beginning of the year after, with an Achilles, rupture. So it's looking, man, the Pacers got this. It's going 5 and it's over.
It's not looking good for the Bucks. Middleton isn't that same guy pre, injury. He's gonna give you what he can give you. I think they miss Grayson Allen a lot.
That's true. That's true.
He's one of those players that he'll do all the dirty work and shoot them threes.
Well, he is a dirty player, though.
He is, but listen,
he is a dirty player.
That's what you need. I think you need those gritty guys come playoff time. You need somebody to set that tone, especially off the bench. So, you're missing a lot of players. You don't got Drew playing that defense. You got Dame instead, but now Dame is he injured. I agree with you. I don't think he should push it, especially if he doesn't think he's staying in Milwaukee. Don't push it. Stay out.
You don't think he
Even
gonna
if
stay
you
here?
and I don't think so. I don't. Pacers is a young team. Halliburton got them. He's a great playmaker. He's an All NBA playmaker at this point.
Right.
I'm still a little iffy on his shooting, but they got guys like Naismith. They got some high motor players on that Pacer squad. I like them. I like them still winning this series, even if Dame do come back. I like them in this series, even if Giannis comes back. I think it's time for that squad to just sit back and just let it go. Get ready for next year. Let's not push it. They can't push it. So I have the Pacers winning this in 6. I think Milwaukee could get one more game, which will probably be tomorrow.
One more?
One more. I think they can get one
No,
more.
no Dame, no Giannis.
No Dame, no Giannis. Again,
So you think Patrick
still
Beverly could get them a game?
Pacers
Him
are a
and Bobby
young
Portis?
team. They're still a young team. I still think Bucks can get one more, but after that, they still getting out of here.
Wow. That's that's
Crazy.
interesting.
I'm telling you, they might win tomorrow just off the strength, just off that we're gonna do this for Giannis, we're gonna do this for Lillard, we're gonna show that team that even without those two, we're still gonna win. Remember, they still got Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez ain't no chump. He can still do damage down low. Ain't nobody on that Pacers team that can handle well, other than Turner. But Turner himself, great defensive guy, but he's off and on when it comes to shooting. There can be one night he can make all his threes. There's another night he can make 50% of his threes. But there are plenty of nights my man can't score a single bucket. So I think tomorrow is one of those games that Pacers are going to come out flat. They're not going to shoot as well. The Bucks are going to take advantage of it and steal that game. So we'll see. We'll see.
And the last game for that day is a TNT game, 9:30. Do you think it's over for the Suns?
Ooh, man.
T-Wolves.
I wish
Suns.
Jay was on right now because I will flame the fuck face out of his face, bro. I can't stand looking at Jay every time he grins at me. Yo, I keep telling him about those buns. Bro, like I told him, I picked the Suns to be one of the top 3 teams in the West off the strength of KD, off the strength of Booker, and you upgraded with Beal. Beal is a way better player than Chris Paul at this moment, right? Your bench, you got Gordon, Eubanks. Don't know many others that's still on that bench. Oh, Grayson Allen. You picked up Grayson Allen. And y'all still can't do nothing. Y'all won't play bowl. I don't understand. Either he's dumb
But
on the
they played
basketball
them
court.
They played them. They played them in game 3. Yeah, they played them in game 3.
What did he
He
do?
played. I'm gonna tell you right now. He played in game 3. Tell you right now what he did. You pull up them stats. Pull up them Phoenix. Let me go to Phoenix. Let me put up them stats. Bobo played 7 minutes, but
you see that's not enough.
Because Frank Vogel is giving this Eubanks dude. See, the problem is Eubanks can't shoot from the outside, right? Nurkic, he's not an outside shooter either. Yo, you gotta try something. You have Thaddeus Young over there. You got Isaiah Thomas over there. Why don't you try those guys? Because at this point in time right now, Okogie is a defensive dude. Why are you not playing him? Because Grayson Allen, I think he's not coming back. He injured that ankle. He's done. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You got Gordon playing. Gordon is giving you some production for an old man. He played 34 minutes that last game. He had 11 points. So he's being productive. He's giving you what he could give you. Well, Okogie had 8 points that last game, right? But you played little 28 seconds. Roddy, you're not playing no Isaiah Thomas. You're not playing no Thaddeus Youngs. These dudes is veterans. They've been in playoff situations. You need to play them. You need to do something. Okay. You got Booker out here. He's struggling because then you got you got Daniels locking them up. Yo, I'm watching the game. Yo, they playing full court press on these dudes. These dudes is they having problems bringing the ball up the court. And then by the time they come up the court, they can't even get into their offense. So they got to give it to somebody and do something. Man, they make it. Rudy Gobert, he going to win Defensive Player of the Year, even though it should go to Wemby. But they going to give it to Rudy Gobert. Trust me. Right? So you got 25 points for Durant. He played 42 minutes. Bill had 28, which was the high. Booker got to have 23. What else they doing?
Those are not bad stats, but
they not.
Booker is your 1B, maybe your 1A. He needs to score more than that. If you're gonna have a chance in these, you gotta shoot more than that.
I mean, Royce O'Neal, what is he out there doing? He played 24 minutes, and you put up a donut. What are you doing? Nurkic, you played 26. So, like, if Nurkic can't even give you so you should just play Nurkic in the beginning, right? It's not, he can't even dominate it. He can't dominate Rudy Gobert. So it's like he can't dominate his situation. So what are you out there doing, bro?
Matchup wise, I mean, listen, you got Gobert. You got Gobert.
Bobo in the game, but at least Bobo could bring Gobert to the 3-point line because Bobo could hit the three. I don't know. Frank Vogel's stuck in his ways. He still think this is the Pacers with Roy Hibbert. So I don't know.
I don't know. I think Vogel is more of a defensive-minded coach, but his defensive players can't fucking score a lick. So it's hard to put all your defensive players in there all at once because all your defensive players are on the fucking bench. Because you got KD, you got Nurkic, you got Beal, you got D-Book. Who else am I missing? And Grayson Allen is just starting 5. Now, no Grayson Allen, who you going to put in? Okogie? All right, but that's a man that can't score a lick. You got guys on the bench who are defensive-minded, but they cannot start.
So why you don't let Isaiah Thomas just play? Let him start.
Isaiah Thomas, listen, I love Isaiah Thomas, but that man can't guard nobody. He can't guard the fucking air inside the arena.
I mean, but the shortest guy on Minnesota is Conley. So why you don't play Conley? Conley not that tall. Conley
is a great defensive guard. He'll shut down Isaiah. Isaiah is not the same Isaiah.
Yeah, I'm not looking. I have 3 guys that can score. I'm not looking for Isaiah to score. I'm looking for you to facilitate because obviously Booker can't do it. He can't facilitate. That's not his game. His game is to finish. His game is not to get up everybody involved and doing all this. His game is to do this, not this.
I'm not a professional NBA baller. I don't know how it feels to get
signed. But we watching the games.
But I don't know how it feels to get signed 2-3 weeks before the playoff starts and then thinking I'm going to put him in to run my whole offense. That's the issue.
Well, obviously, whatever's going on right now, they can't even run no offense.
They can't do it. And you know what? Chalk it up to Minnesota being that fucking team. Minnesota's a monster. They're not number 2 for no damn reason. Not even top 3.
Well, actually, they the number 3 seed. But you had Daniels. So Daniels had a bad game, right? He only had 5. But then look, Towns had what? Towns had a double-double. He was 18 and 13. Gobert, 19 and 14. It was so bad. He stole the ball and was running on a fast break. The man took 3 steps and tried to do a Euro. And I was like, yo, man.
Too much. They getting out rebounded.
They wanted to hit their parlay. That's probably what one of the referees wanted to do.
The Suns can't do it. They don't got enough talent. They do got the talent. Let me stop there. They do have the talent. They're running into a team that's just a well-oiled machine. Ant-Man is on another level. He's not coming down at all. He's bringing his game up for these playoffs.
Yeah, Finch got them playing some real good ball. Yo, I like Nas Reed, man. Nas Reed, man. I was watching some highlights. He got a nice little in and out game. He kind of moved like a guard, just in a big man's body, of course. But
He
I like
lost a lot of weight, matter of fact. I remember Nas Reed on the Philadelphia 76ers backing up Embiid.
You
I
sure that's the
remember
same
Nas Reed.
Reed?
That has to be the same Nas Reed. Is that not the same Nas Reed? I
Oh,
could have sworn that's the same Nas Reed.
I'm about to look it up right now. I don't know.
But yeah, seeing him out there, he's a little bit leaner.
I've been in the league for 4 years. Let me tell you right now. I'm see if I could get it. He was undrafted. He wasn't even drafted too.
Jesus. And he's the what? He won the most improved player or the six-man award? Six-man, right?
I think 6. Yeah, he won 6-man.
Wow. I mean,
He's been in the league for 4 years. No, the only team he has ever played with was Minnesota.
shit. I must be thinking about somebody else.
There's another guy named Reed that plays for Philly, so it's probably him you was talking about. But nah, this Nas Reed. He's only played 2019, 2020 season is when he started. So he came in the bubble year. He came in the bubble year and he only played he played 81 games this season. Last season he played 68. Season before that 77, 77. So the bubble year he only played 30. Played 30 games.
This playoff, the first round of playoffs needs to wrap up quickly. You know, the only exciting games to watch is really Knicks and Sixers. Every other team, I mean, listen, they all getting I want to see Dallas move on because now I want to see Dallas and Minnesota go at it. I want to see whoever wins between Knicks and 76ers goes against the Pacers. I think they're going to win that out. That's going to be a great game.
Well, Dallas is in the same bracket with since they're the 4-5 seed, they will be playing out of OKC and Pelicans, which look like most likely be. I mean, Dallas versus OKC. That's
the
SGA.
Second round is going to be so fire.
So
second round is going to be so fire. This first round bullshit. Some of these teams don't even belong there at this point. Y'all feel bad for the Suns.
Are you surprised that these teams is 0-3 and 3-1? Are you surprised the Lakers is down 3-1?
Yes, it's a simple fact of how the first half is going. They seems to be winning the first half of all those games. But then once the third quarter rolls around, Jokic is doing his Jokic thing. Murray is hitting his shots. Michael Porter Jr., I mean, listen, just give him the ball. He's just going to chuck it up there. He's going to go in. I mean, shit. What more can you ask for? What more can you do?
Are you surprised the Suns is down 0-3?
I'm surprised them bum-ass Suns can't even get one game, bro. One goddamn game.
Man, but I'm really surprised that they down 0-3. I thought it was going to be a competitive series. I didn't know it was going to be like this. I really didn't know. I didn't know.
Nope. No, I didn't know either.
So
the only competitive series to watch is probably the Mavs and Clippers at the moment. OKC is running away with it. Minnesota looks like they were running away with it. You know what I'm saying? Denver running away from it. So, yeah.
Well, the only series that's tied is really the Cavs and Magic series. Everybody else is either 2-1, 3-1, or 3-0.
And both those teams are very young. Karis LeVert, what's going on with that man? That man was a great player. What the hell happened?
Well, he had a decent game. Well, not a decent game. He had a subpar game. This last game that happened today, I think he only had about 5 points. So he really ain't do shit. So he ain't do nothing. I think the way how their team is constructed, none of their big men can shoot threes. how the team is constructed. I saw they forward. I forgot his name already. I saw they forward try to shoot a three. He bricked the shit. So like none of their big men could shoot threes. So they kind of like have this old school game, 3 out, 2 in type of game. Is no, that's that game. It's not gonna happen. Most you can do with those three bigs. I mean, those two bigs, you probably could just do double screen to get that man off you, or a staggered screen coming off the curl. That's probably it. But the way how their team is constructed, it's not constructed like today's game. So it's like one of their big men need to know how to shoot. And if he can't, they're gonna always have problems. But yeah, I can't wait to the second round. This the first round is just looking trash. These teams is just looking boring. I mean, I'm not interested in the Celtics Heat. I'm definitely not interested in Cavs Mavs. It's like, yo, no Giannis. I'm not interested. Knicks and Sixers series is a lot of hacking and whacking, like Walt Clyde Frazier be saying. So that's interesting. No Zion. I'm really not interested in OKC. Clippers and Mavs. I like that series. I really thought the Suns was going to be competitive in this series. That's a wash. I thought the Lakers was going to be getting tired of these dudes calling them their daddies, but that's probably going to look like a wash up there in Denver. Now, I will say this, like I told my man Hall, because shout outs to Hall, he's a big Laker fan. I told him this: if you let the Lakers win a second one, and then if they win a third one, I think that it's going to be rigged. They're going to allow LeBron James to get and let his ass win that fourth game, and then we're going to start hearing another GOAT debate that he's better than Jordan because he was down finals and he came back and beat a 72 team, and then he beat another championship team. They was up 3-0. He came back 1-4. And then they're going to say LeBron is the GOAT, LeBron is the GOAT, LeBron is the GOAT. And then I'm going to just be one of those guys that's just going to say, well, Jordan has never, ever been to a game 7 except one time that I can remember. And that was against the 1998 Pacers. Because they had a good squad. They had Reggie, Rose, Mullen, Mark, and they had Rick Smith. So, and then they had the Davis brothers. Yeah, so they had a great squad. So
Jamal Tinsley, fucking hated that dude for some reason.
No, Tinsley wasn't there yet.
Tinsley wasn't there yet. He was there.
Tinsley was in the 2000s. He wasn't there yet. He was still in high school. Paul George, no. Paul George was never there. He wasn't even there yet. None of them dudes was there yet. I just gave you the rundown. Jalen Rose was on that.
Jalen Rose.
Chris Mullin was on that team. Jalen Rose, he wasn't getting a lot of burn too. He was getting Larry Bird was their coach, so that's what it was. But if they let him get another game, I think he's gonna get another. I think he's gonna get game 6, and then if he gets to game 7, they gonna find all types of ways to let this man win, and then they gonna say, yeah, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT because he went down 0-3. He came back and won 4. No. The GOAT, my GOAT, has never been to a game 7 except for that 1 year. All his games either been in 5 sweeps or 6 games. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now.
I say, who's the better player on that Laker team? Who's the best player on that Laker team?
It's still Braun, but so they try to do something where they use like, yo, let's run majority of our offense through AD, which they should. They should start doing that. Like, yo, Braun, you're getting old, son. Like, you're old, not getting old. You're old. He's my age. He's in my age class. Boy, you're getting old. Like, so he has more gray hair than me. Like, I got one on my chin, but he has more gray hair than me. So it's like, yo, bro, let AD do all the dirty work and you just coast through 3 rounds. Let him do all the dirty. And then when the fourth quarter comes, because he can still take over games, then that's when you should just do the takeover right there. You know what I'm saying? That's what he should do. But I'm not Darvin Ham and I'm not the coach, so
Darvin Ham would just show you an empty clipboard and
hey,
just
he won a chip with the 04 Pistons, so when they beat the Lakers. I remember him when he was on the Bucks. He was in all that. But, you know, I remember a lot of these guys when they played. I mean, I'm showing my age, but I remember Jaren Jackson Jr.'s father when they beat the Knicks in '99. So I remember those shits. But I mean, I don't know. Well, I that's why I think the game is rigged. I think if they allow that man to get to that 7 game, oh, he gonna win that shit. Guaranteed. That's a guarantee. He gonna win. They gonna find a way to make him win. They gonna call mad fouls. They gonna find a way. They gonna find a way. But yo, that was a great show. That was a good show. I'm sorry that the Suns fan could have been here. That's crazy because he should have been here, but he's hiding because his fucking squad is down 0-3. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy July. I'm Kevin, your host. Shout outs to my guy. Yo, make sure y'all follow us. Follow us on the gram. Yo, that's crazy. Follow us on TikTok. I hope the government don't shut that down. But follow us on TikTok anyway. You know what I mean? Support the page. Hit the subscribe button. Of course, like I said, follow us on TikTok. We got the TikTok page up. Of course, my man Hull. That's the betting guy right there. He can help you with the picks. He can win you some money. Follow him, man. He does a great job with that right there. My guy July. I'm Kev, your host. Yo, that's crazy. We out.
that's crazy. We out. Yeah.
Yeah.